Good afternoon, everybody. Today's how-to is going to be how to change the oil in what would be a 2004 up to 2010 Mazda 3. And I also believe it works with some models of the Mazda 6. Same way. What it is, you drain the oil. The filter is a unique filter. It's just a little cartridge. You got to pop open an Allen screw at the bottom of the canister, let the oil drain out, take that out, replace the O-rings, put the new cartridge in, put it back up, fill it back up with oil, and you're good. So I'm going to get you set up here. The car's got to cool down for a little bit. That's not going to matter to you because you're going to see this right away anyway. But this is how to change oil and filter in a 2004 to 2010 Mazda 3. Alright guys, we're underneath the car right now. Here is the oil drain plug, just a little further back than the filter is. I'm going to pull the drain plug out first, let that drain for a little bit, and then we will come back on the filter. This is a 1/2 inch nut, or probably actually 13 millimeters, but I got a 1/2 inch. We're gonna bust it loose, just like that. Get my pan set up to catch it. Back it out a little bit. Now I do have this little fancy drain magnetic drain plug thing that you put on, and then this way your hands are out of the way for when the oil starts coming out and the plug comes loose, and it will hold on to it, and that way you don't get your hands all dirty. You don't got to worry about gloves. So it should be just about there to start spraying out right now. And here we go. See, and it holds on to the plug for you, so you don't get all dirty. Now, I am going to let that drain probably for a good half hour. I usually let the stuff drain for quite a while, so I'm going to let this drain for now, and then we'll come back and we'll take a look at the oil filter and how we do that. So be back in a second. Alright guys, I want to show you this. This is the drain plug that I just took out. Now, if you could see on the edge here, see how the washer is broke? It's broke there. It's all roughed up here. It is not smooth like it is on this side over here. If you can see that, let me try turning it this way. You might be able to see better. See how it's all broken, roughed up there? It's broken there. And this side is smooth. Now you do not want to put that back in your car because it will leak. So I just got back, I ran up to the store, and I got me a brand new drain plug. So with that being said, I'm going to go install this, and then we are going to move on to the filter. Alright guys, I got the drain plug back in. Moving over to the filter now. There's a drain plug in here which you're going to have to open up and take out, and then you're going to have to loosen the cap because this is a permanent housing and it's just a cartridge that fits inside of there. So this is what size is this? 7 millimeter. So what you're going to want to do is break that drain plug open, and then you're going to want to turn it out. Now there's not going to be a whole lot to come out of here until you break the seal on this covering here. So I'm going to just pop this out real quick, and there's a little bit there. Now I don't have an actual oil filter wrench, but I do have my large channel locks, which I always use. Now as soon as you break this open, you're going to see it's going to start coming out a lot more. See, and there it goes. Now what you're going to want to do is just let this drain for about 10 minutes. See how it's starting to bubble out? There's a lot more coming out now. You're going to want to let that drain, because if you do not let that drain, if you go to take this all the way out, you're going to get a ton of oil because that whole thing is full. So you want to let this drain for about 10 minutes till it stops, and then we'll finish taking it off. Alright guys, it's been about 10 minutes, so now I am just going to rotate this until it comes off. Just like so. As you can see, there's a cartridge inside there. A little bit more oil to get rid of. Alright, so we're going to go up top and I'm going to show you how to change these O-rings on this cartridge right here and on the drain plug. Let's go up top. Alright guys, well here is the old thing. I have the new filter cartridge here and I've got the two O-rings. The little one is for the drain plug and the big one is for the cartridge. Now, first thing you need to do is take the old one of these off, which sometimes is easier said than done. Alright, got a little screwdriver, which would probably help a lot. There we go. And then all you want to do is remove that one. I usually give it a little wipe down just to make sure. And then the new one, I have some oil on my fingers right now, so I'm just running it around. And it just goes on like so. And you just roll it all the way down to the bottom ring. And that now is seated on the bottom ring. The next one we're going to do is the drain plug, which, here we go, drain plug. Can do the same thing. Get in there with a little screwdriver or scraper or something, and you just pop it off. Okay, this is being a little pain. There we go. Old one off. The new one here. And you just run it down to this groove that's right there. You can see that groove in the bottom right there. Just need to run it down and get it onto that. You might have to take a screwdriver to get it over that little lip. Like so. There we go, seated inside that ring. Now this will go, you can put this back in here now. Drain plug goes in the bottom of the cap. Tighten that up. I am going to hit that again once I get it in the car. Like that, and then the new filter cartridge just goes over this stem. Just like so, and then we go back under the car and we put it in. Alright guys, back under the car. Take a little bit of oil from in here. Just make sure that gasket has got some oil on it, and then basically it just screws right up into place. Put that in, tighten it up. You want to make sure this is seated good. So, although you don't want to over tighten it, you want to make sure you get a good snug on it. And now, I am also going to hit this drain plug while it's tight, just to give it that little extra. And there, it should be sealed and on. Now, we're going to go up top and we're going to add oil. Alright guys, I'm going to use a high mileage oil, only because this car has 202,000 miles on it, so I used a high mileage in this one. The capacity of this engine is 4.5 quarts. This is a 5-quart container, so you do not really want to put this whole thing in. You want to keep out about half a quart to fill it up, and that's what we're going to do. Alright guys, that's probably pretty close to about 4.5 quarts. I can feel there's a little bit left in there. I am going to, next step is to start the engine, let it prime that oil filter, and then we will check the level to make sure that it's full. By the way, you need 5W20 for these Mazda 3 engines from 2004 through 2010. 5W20. So I'm going to go start this. We're going to prime it. We're going to check the oil, and then we should be good. All right, guys, you will see when you go to initially start it, the oil pressure light will come on. That's only because it has to prime through the filter. Once it's done that, the oil light will go off. So let's start this. And it already went off. It went off right away. So I'm going to let this run for about a minute, get everything circulating. I'm going to shut it off, and then I will check the oil level. While it's running now, though, what we can do for this minute is we can check underneath just to make sure there are no oil leaks. Everything looks good there. I'm going to shut this off, let it sit for about a minute, let all the oil get back down to the pan. Then I'm going to check the level. Alright guys, here's the dipstick right here. Big yellow thing in front of the engine. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to pull it out once, you're going to wipe it. And then you're going to stick it back in again. All the way down, take it out. And you're probably not going to be able to tell, but it is within the operating run zone right now. So we are all good. Good to go. And that, guys, is how you change oil in a 2004 to 2010 Mazda 3. 2.3 engine is what this one is. So if you guys like this, if it helped you, give me a thumbs up on the video. Consider subscribing to my channel for more how-to videos. Until next time, guys, thank you.